Hello and welcome to MontWorks 3D. Today I'm going to be designing a small safe from Borderlands. So I have these various reference images that you'll see me use throughout the video. I've got the top, back, side, and front. So I'm going to base my designing off of these images. And I'm going to begin with the back of it, but in order to do that, I need to first create the general body of it. So I'm going to create a 8 by 8 rectangle, and then I'm going to extrude that by 8 inches as well, which that gives us the overall shape of the box. And then now I'm going to work on the back, which for this is actually going to be the bottom. Actually, before that I'm going to add the chamfers that you see on the edges. I need to go into modify and hit chamfer, and I'm going to choose these main edges of the shape. I'm going to go with a half-inch chamfer on those, and then now I can actually start the sketch on the what will be the back of the safe. And the first thing I'm going to do is recreate this line that borders it. However, I'm not going to be adding in like these chips and stuff that you see in it. As I'm going to be trying to replicate as if it was a new version of this, so as if it was in pristine condition. And so to do that, I'm going to hit P to project the this face, the shape of it, and then you hit O to offset it. I'm going to go I'm going to offset it by -1 inch, and then now I need to recreate this chamfer, which in Fusion 360 you can't seem to chamfer within a sketch. You have to chamfer, you can only chamfer a body, which I'm not entirely sure why that is. But the way to replicate it is just to go in by ½ inch and then do the angle, so it's a 45-degree angle, and then just go out until you intersect with the other line. Then now from here we can go through and trim off the excess that on the outside of the chamfer there. So hit T to go into trim, and then from there you can just click and drag over the lines that you want to trim off. And then now once again I'm going to hit O to offset this, and I'm going to go in by a 16th. And I'm going to make sure it's going inward rather than outward. And then now I can extrude it. And once again, I'm going to do the same thing, go in by a 16th. And check to make sure that it's actually going in rather than out as it is now. And then it should revert to a cut command. So now we have that line there. And so from there, I'm going to go and try and replicate these, the sort of vent that's on the back of it. And to do that, I'm going to need to offset a plane. From here, I can go in 4 inches, so it's right in the center. And then I'm going to create a sketch. And to just give a reference for the sizing, you're going to hit P again, and I'm going to project these outer edges of that groove. And now from there, I'm going to go in 1.5 inches. If you look at this, the gap between the top and that edge is a little bit smaller than the gap from that edge to the vents. So I'm using 1.5 inches for this. I'm going to create a line that's going to go up at a 30-degree angle. And the length doesn't really matter because we're going to just go and do a rectangular pattern of that. And then we're going to need 10 of these lines because in the image there are 9 of those vent pieces. So the 10th one is going to serve to make sure our gap is correct, because that 10th line is going to end, or is going to start where we want these lines to end. And if we were going to go and try and do it with 9, then to try and get the gap between each of these correct would be very difficult. So then now I'm just going to go from the bottom of one of these lines vertically up until I hit the next one. And this is just going to create a small little triangular profile for each of these. And now from there I can go and stop that sketch. And then I'm going to need to extrude, and since it's very difficult to get in and access that sketch, I'm just going to turn the bodies off. And those aren't actually closed, so I need to actually go back in, create one final line from here to here, just to close off these profiles, which to check, and then now try and do the same thing again. And now, since these profiles now closed off rather than being open, it actually has a defined area that it's trying to extrude. So I'm going to select all those, and then after I've selected them all, I can go back in and actually set this, and I want this to be symmetric on both sides since I set it to be the center. And then it's a 3-inch square area that it's doing, and it's already on the cut command, so that's good. And now we have those sort of vents there. So then the next piece I'm going to try and add is the groove that you see that runs along each end. So to do that, I'm going to offset a plane from here. I'm going to go in 1 inch and create a sketch on that new plane. And once again, I'm just going to hit P to project this, and O to offset it. I'm going to bring it in by 1/16 of an inch, similar to how we did these grooves here. And now I can stop that sketch. I'm going to hit E to extrude it. Once again, turn off the bodies in order to make it simpler to select the profile you want. And then you can turn them back on. Then I'm going to go downwards by 1/16 of an inch as well. So then now we have this small groove, and I can go back in, highlight that sketch, and then do a copy on it, and then create another plane on the top that's going to go and do the exact same on the other end of the safe. And since that overlay is exactly how you want it, it's we don't have to move it. So then now we need to, once again, we need to go through and extrude this. So disable the bodies, select your face, and then we need to set our distance of 1/16 of an inch. And now we have both of those lines on there. So now from there, I'm going to replicate these large slots that are in the side of it. And so I need to make sure the top is on this section here. I'm going to just offset a plane from here and go up 4 inches up to the middle, and then create a sketch. And just to make sure I know where my top is, I'm going to orientate it this way. And then now I can just start from these corners. I'm going to go in by 1 inch, and then down by 6 inches. And then from there I need to go from the midpoint of this, I need to create 4 equal sections, which as it's a 6-inch long area, each section will be 1.5 inches. And then I need to create a circle on each of them. And I'm going to make those 3/4 of an inch. Now you can actually delete these construction lines used for spacing those. And then you're going to need a line through the midpoint, because that slot is on both sides. So then now you need to perform a mirror, and you can just highlight this whole side, select that vertical line, and it'll put that same sketch over on the other side. So then stop that sketch and then hit extrude. You're going to choose both of these areas. Once again, you want to do a symmetric extrude, and then you want to set it so the entire width is 3 inches. So then now you get this general shape here. And now from here, based on this front image here, you're going to want to go in on this front sketch, similar to how we did the back, where we created the groove. You want to do that same idea replicated on the top, but you want to extrude it in. Actually, I chose the wrong object to project, so I'm just going to redo that. Make sure I choose the correct face. Which that actually automatically selects the one that I want to extrude through. Then we're going to extrude that by 1/32, just to get it so it's there. Because now from here, from here we want to create a shell, and we want to remove it from this face. To create this, which now that's going to leave you a open cavity of it with a 32nd inch wall around the entire shape. And with that, that's going to finish off the body of this. And so in the next video, I'm going to recreate the door as well as hinges to go along with it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.